From weekend warriors grabbing a beer after a local 5K to elite athletes popping champagne in the locker room, combining physical exertion with alcohol is a deeply ingrained cultural norm. But in 2023, the World Health Organization released a clear medical consensus. No level of alcohol consumption is biologically risk-free for the human body. To understand why, we have to look at what happens immediately after a workout. Exercise is an anabolic stressor. It physically damages tissue, requiring your body to immediately allocate biological resources to trigger repair and build strength. Then you introduce alcohol. Your body registers ethanol as a systemic toxin. To survive, your liver drops everything else to prioritize detoxifying your blood. When you combine these two stressors, you force a biological bottleneck. Your system abandons the arduous work of muscle repair to process the poison, putting your physiology into immediate debt. This metabolic flowchart shows exactly how that debt accumulates. Alcohol contains 7 empty calories per gram, but it bypasses your muscle glycogen stores completely. Because your body can't use this fuel for exercise, it converts the ethanol directly into fatty acids. If you're a moderate drinker, consuming up to 0.5 grams of alcohol per kilo of body weight, or 1 to 2 standard drinks, the biological friction is mild. Alcohol acts as a diuretic, prompting the kidneys to excrete more than you take in. This alters the critical water balance inside your tissues. Looking at this cross-section of a muscle cell, you can see how localized cellular dehydration directly limits the production of ATP. Adenosine triphosphate is the primary energy currency required for your muscles to contract. Later that night, even this moderate dose suppresses REM sleep, limiting the neurological recovery phase your brain needs to cement the day's training. Having 1 or 2 drinks won't catastrophically reverse your fitness gains, but it does introduce metabolic friction that prevents your body from reaching optimal recovery. The calculus changes drastically for the heavy drinker. This profile is defined as consuming over 1.5 grams of alcohol per kilogram of body weight, translating to about 8 or more drinks on a night out. At this dosage, we see a structural failure. This schematic illustrates the mTOR kinase pathway, the crucial molecular switch responsible for telling your muscles to grow. Watch as the ethanol markers physically block the signal. Because of this disruption, overall muscle protein synthesis drops by up to 37%. You could consume 50 grams of protein after your workout, and your body simply wouldn't be able to use it. The damage then migrates directly from your muscular system to your endocrine system, causing an overnight hormonal crash. This dual-axis graph tracks your overnight recovery. Look at the line representing human growth hormone. Under a heavy alcohol load, HGH secretion drops by 70% during your sleep cycle. Simultaneously, testosterone levels fall, depriving your muscles of a vital repair signal. To make matters worse, cortisol levels spike. This stress hormone shifts your body into a catabolic state, meaning it actively breaks down existing muscle tissue for energy. These biological failures compound as we age. For athletes over 40, chronic heavy weekend drinking accelerates sarcopenia, a condition where muscle mass is permanently lost. A heavy night out actively cannibalizes your muscle tissue. It triggers a hormonal collapse that destroys the physical adaptations you spent days trying to build. This timeline illustrates the true length of the physiological debt. The hangover might fade by noon, but reaction times, cellular hydration, and protein synthesis remain significantly impaired across days 1, 2, and 3 post-consumption. Absolute sobriety isn't strictly mandatory for athletes, provided you proactively manage these known biochemical trade-offs. The first mitigation strategy is strictly restricting your dosage to the moderate threshold, 1 or 2 drinks, and timing that consumption exclusively for non-training rest days. The second strategy is to match your alcohol consumption with equal volumes of water. This protects your cellular hydration and preserves your ability to produce ATP. Your fitness goals and your social habits are locked in a zero-sum biochemical competition. Understanding the exact dosage your body can process ultimately determines which system wins.